Hey everyone, so I'm so sorry that I have not posted a video in so long, but I actually was just in a college program in Chicago, and I was really overwhelmed and stressed out with the workload, and I just really did not have time to sit down and film and edit. But I'm home now, and I have really been thinking a lot about my last semester where I was in California all semester at boarding school, and I really wanted to make a video about that. So that's what I'm here today to talk about, is my experience at the Oxbow School, which is the boarding school that I attended last semester in California. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and I'm just going to go through them and answer them. So obviously I think that the main question that I got was, what boarding school did you attend, and what kind of boarding school is it? And I went to the Oxbow School in Napa, California, which is right outside of San Francisco. And it's an arts boarding school, and it's really amazing. Basically what their program is that they take students from all over the world that are juniors, seniors, or students taking a gap year, and they bring them to their school for a semester, so basically 4 months, and you study art and humanities and math and language and all the basic school stuff with a huge emphasis on the arts. Someone asked, how are the uniforms? At my school we didn't have uniforms. Being an art school, they kind of allow you to have that creative freedom of wearing whatever you want. I do know that there are other arts boarding schools like Interlochen, which they have uniforms, but not at Oxbow. I got a lot of questions about being homesick or missing my parents, and that was actually kind of the main question. And for me, I honestly was never really homesick. The thing about me is that I've lived in the same place for 17 years. I've always been around my parents and I love them, but I was ready for a break and to have freedom, and it was kind of daunting to think about it, I'm moving across the country away from my parents. If I need them, I won't be able to access them because they're going to be so far away from me. That was very daunting. But once I was there, I had no problems adjusting to that new lifestyle of being so independent. I love when sirens go by my house, it's great. But basically, I was never really homesick, and I always was in touch with my parents. I had my phone, and they wrote me letters and sent me packages, and we FaceTimed every week, and I never really did get homesick, but I can understand why someone else might. But yeah, I was just ready to be away for a little while, so it was a really nice change for me. Someone asked, would you recommend with regards to cost? I definitely recommend it. It was a really expensive decision that I made. I mean, I was on a portion of financial aid, and I had a merit scholarship because I had good grades, and that and any boarding school that you apply to will have financial aid and possibly merit scholarships for people that need them, because no one really wants to pay $30,000 to $60,000 for their education for a year. I definitely recommend it, and if you can, I would apply for financial aid if you're going to make this decision, because it definitely helps a lot. I thought this question was so funny, but someone asked, is it like Zoe 101? Honestly, it wasn't like Zoe 101 in the sense that Zoe 101, they're riding their little jet X's around and going to the beach and living in Southern California. It was not like that. It was kind of more, no, I don't know, it's not like Zoe 101 really. Someone asked if boarding school, especially at Oxbow, enhanced my knowledge of art in general, and it definitely did. There wasn't necessarily an art history class at the school, but all of the faculty there is so knowledgeable, not only about artists, but philosophers and scientists, and writers. Anything that you really want to learn more about, there's going to be someone there who's knowledgeable on that topic or on that person, that is willing to help you and educate you and inform you. I definitely learned a lot about art and artists, and just art in general, and I feel after my experience there, I can definitely speak eloquently about my art and others' art, and I'm kind of proud of that. So thank you, Oxbow, for that amazing improvement in my knowledge. I also was asked quite frequently about if going to Oxbow or going to boarding school prepared me for college, and I definitely think it did, because at the point in the year where I was about to leave for boarding school, I like had senioritis, even though I wasn't a senior. Being in a new environment and living with people and living on campus definitely kind of gave me what I was looking for, in a sense that like it was kind of like going to college, like a very, very small college, and the workload was similar to, you know, college classes. So it definitely prepared me for college in that sense, and it kind of just really got me excited for my next big step, which was, you know, applying to college and going to college. And it also taught me a lot about what I was going to be looking for in colleges, so I definitely recommend it if that's what you're looking for. Someone asked what are some of the rules at boarding school. Obviously, like any school, you know, no drugs, no alcohol. We had a curfew of 7:30 to be on campus on the weekdays and 10 o'clock on the weekends. Someone asked, how is it living with roommates and are you still in touch with them? I absolutely loved having roommates. I personally had a single room, but each room was like attached to a suite. So I lived with 4 other girls and I thought the experience was amazing. There was definitely a lot of like drama and tension at certain points, which it always is going to be that way when you live, you know, with teenage girls or even guys. But I think that we all kind of overcame it really well, and we're all still in touch. Not as much as I'd like to be. Like, I wish that I could, like, you know, drive out and see them every day, but they all like live across the country or like in New York, so I don't get to see them as often as I would like to, but I definitely am still in touch with them. Someone asked, how much free time did you have? Basically, we'd have 3 hours of academic classes in the morning, an hour of lunch, and then 3 hours of arts classes in the afternoon, and then from then on we would have like free time to go out and like have free time basically, and then some days we would have like a math class in the afternoon or at nighttime. So that's kind of how my schedule worked, and like when I didn't have classes, that was basically free time. A girl that's actually going to the program next year asked, do you feel like you changed a lot as an artist or person? Definitely. Oxbow especially, it's truly a transformative experience. You know, you learn about yourself and you also learn about, you know, the world and the environment and, you know, kind of social issues, and just kind of you absorb it all and you kind of translate what you're learning into your art, and it changes your personality a lot, and in good ways in my opinion. You know, I went back to school at the end of the year to my regular school and everyone was like, you're so different now, and like, I don't know, it's really hard to go back after an experience like that because you have changed so much, and like you leave Oxbow kind of as a completely different person and you're entering a world that really hasn't changed very much since you left it. So it's like a time warp in a way. And I think it's good that you're able to go back into this world with a new perspective on life, but it's also like really hard. But it definitely changes you so much as a person, and for me it changed me a lot as an artist, not necessarily in terms of my style or what I wanted to create, but it didn't only teach me about like technical skills and how to be better as an artist, but it taught me like about my style and my voice and how to use my voice through my art, and that was like really, really amazing. It makes me so sad to think about it because like all I want in the world is to like be able to go back. Another girl who's going to the program next year asked any advice. Honestly, my only advice is to go into Oxbow with an open mind. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's all going to be very, very worth it in the end, and you're going to make friendships that last a lifetime, and you're going to make connections there that may end up helping you in the future. And it's really just going to be an amazing experience. So go into Oxbow with an open mind and kind of absorb everything that they offer you, because in the end, like leaving Oxbow with everything that you've gained throughout the 4 months there is one of the best rewarding feelings that I probably will ever experience in my entire life. A quick question that I got was about the admissions process and what you have to do to get in. So every boarding school is different, but for Oxbow, at least through my school, I was nominated to apply. I know a lot of other schools that send their students to Oxbow. You can just apply whenever you want. So check with your school. I honestly think that you can just go online and apply, but basically what they have you do is fill out a lot of forms, and I believe that there's an essay that you have to write. You don't have to test to get in. They don't look at your grades until after you've been admitted, but they also, instead of having you submit a portfolio, since it's just a semester program, they have you submit a self-portrait. And so for my self-portrait, I just did like a 2-foot by 3-foot self-portrait painting in acrylic. You know, at the time, that's like the art that I was doing, and I think that they saw potential and they were like, yes, we should have her come to our school. Someone asked, how is the food? I don't know how the food at other boarding schools is, but the food at Oxbow is the best food that I've ever eaten. All of their chefs are trained by Chez Panisse, which is like a really great restaurant in California, and they make like really good, like organic, healthy food. It's amazing. I think my favorite was the spaghetti. Just any pasta meal that they made was definitely my favorite, but they also made like really good steak and chicken and Caesar salad and like other salads and tacos. Oh my god, the food is so good. Like, I miss it so much. The food there is so good. So those are all of the questions that I'm going to answer in today's video. If you like art, I would look at like arts boarding schools. I know Oxbow is only semester, but if you are going into high school, I would look at schools like Walnut Hill and Interlochen and Idlewild. They all seem very amazing. So yeah, highly recommend. I highly recommend Oxbow. I'm gonna leave a link to the school down below, because if you're going into junior year, senior year, or planning on taking a gap year and you are an artist, it was the best experience of my entire life, and I recommend it 200%. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone. Hey guys, so I'm currently editing this video, and I just realized that I wanted to say, if you have a question about Oxbow or boarding school in general and I didn't answer it in this video, please feel free to leave it in the comments and I will make sure to respond. Yeah, that's all. Okay, bye!